Hearts were warmed across the globe at the sight of pictures of Bennifer 2.0. That's what they're calling it. This is the rekindling of the relationship between Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, who first got together in 2001. I think that's them back in the day.
It's hard to tell because they've aged incredibly well.
Yes, you're right. He looks certainly as he ever did. So does she, he said quickly. They nearly got married in 2003. They split up a year later. Fans were delighted to see the dream pairing back together. But we're worried. Lucy, what do you think? Getting back with an ex.
Well, they always say there's a reason why your ex is an ex. But I think this is such a large passage of time. It's 17 years. And that does allow for the fact that quite a lot of personal growth could have happened. Ben Affleck's issues around addiction have been well documented, and he has sought treatment a lot for that. And maybe what we've got are two much more mature people who are much more easygoing and prepared to make a relationship work, rather than, because it was a very public relationship that they had originally. It had the whole spotlight around them, and maybe 17 years down the line they are better prepared for it. I wish them well. I really loved. It was a really happy moment when I heard about it.
Because what are they? They were 25-ish then. Let's say 30. Now they're nearly 50. So in the first relationship they're on the up, and now they're on the down.
Ooh.
Is that for all of us? You know, after 40.
I'm on the up, babes.
Well, when you hit 40, you will see what I mean. But isn't it, when you're on the down, isn't it kind of, you cling to somebody more?
I think you cling to people, and that familiarity might be comforting and it may feel easy until reality kicks J-Lo in the head and reminds her of why she couldn't bear him in the first place. Remember, there's a reason you split up with exes.
Do we know anything of the reasons? Does any of them ever say it was because he shouted or she got angry or something? I don't know.
Who knows? I mean, why
usual
people
stuff.
split up? They grow apart, cheat, trust, etc.
Usually it's time. I mean, they're working too hard.
Ambitions, different directions.
Yeah.
You say they're working too hard, and the funny thing I was thinking about when it comes to women like J-Lo or women like me, your average woman, we have a basic checklist of things that we need from a partner, right? So we want, someone who's independent, kind, got a house, got a car, etc., etc. J-Lo and her ilk don't have to worry about that because she's dated the top levels of men in sport, movies, film, music, and she's already got guys who are successful, independent, got their own transport, their own home. She just has to bond with them.
Their own transport.
Listen, I've had girlfriends. I've had girlfriends whose men have not had cars or anything, and they can't get them around. They've had to go and pick them up like their mums.
I love that.
You don't want that. So J-Lo's list of tick box needs.
I think
is
actually
the same as us.
I think what people really want is to feel loved and heard. They don't really care about what
you don't want to feel loved and heard if the guy can't get himself home after a night out with his boys.
If you've got a situation where you're going back to somebody because you feel lonely, or you don't want to go back out on the dating scene again, or perhaps even worse, you feel that you're on the scrap heap and you're kind of casting around, okay, I'll go back onto Facebook and hook up with my first love from school. That is probably not the time to do your recoupling with your ex.
Right.
It's far better if you know that you're in a better place and your partner-to-be is in a better place. And that will
Storm,
work.
what do you think about this?
I think it's fine to rekindle a relationship with your ex, but it's all dependent, as Lucy was saying, it's dependent on why you broke up, what you've done to improve yourself to be better at a relationship in that time period, what they have done, have you forgiven the past? But it could actually work out for the best. I think it could work out really well.
And I think a lot of
there
people are doing it, because there was a study out this week that showed that there have been a huge rise in divorces amongst the over 50s. So it's not the 7-year itch that you need to worry about. It's actually sort of the 21-year itch you need to worry about. And what that suggests is that people are saying, I could be living to 110. I don't want to be with the same person for the next 30, 40, 50 years. But I am financially independent. Maybe if I've had kids, my kids have flown the nest. What's my life going to be like for the next 50 years? I think I'll regroup and hook up with someone else.
I watched a movie recently that had Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor in. They married, divorced, remarried. They couldn't live together, they couldn't live apart. Any